Hey guys, Zen here, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're getting into everything that's come out for Year 4 Season 3 of Rainbow Six Siege. There's a lot of new subscribers here on the channel, and there's actually quite a bit to know about the next season of Siege, and so in this video we're going over all of it, the leaks, the teases, and what to expect. So let us jump in, guys. Now, before we begin, I wanted to share with you guys an update I've been pretty excited about. So my partners at Amino recently introduced their new stories feature, and for me, it's a way to bring you guys more news and even more content for Rainbow Six Siege. Now, stories are shorter and easy to enjoy content, but they've recently added new polls and quizzes for stories that make them more interactive. So my recent story is about Operation Health 2.0, and so if you're interested, you can click the top link in the description or pinned comment and download Amino for free. Once in the app, you can search for Zen Pharaoh to find my stories, and be sure to follow me and click the notification bell for future content. And of course, by watching my stories on Amino, you're supporting me and the channel. But check it out, you can find Amino and my stories linked below. So I wanted to start from the top with the roadmap. So for Year 4 Season 3, we're getting one operator from Peru and one operator from Mexico, which will be another season of content with operators from different CTUs. Now, as far as their gadgets and what they'll actually do in game, there's been a couple of leaks, and also Ubisoft may have hinted at it themselves. Now, when Operation Phantom Sight was being revealed, this concept art came out. It's essentially Mira working on the Hell for Nook, but in the background, there's a couple of gadgets on the board that the community have marked as the Year 4 Season 3 gadgets. The more obvious of the two is the grappling hook gadget there, and some of the writing next to it reads repel and fast and quick. But something I haven't heard a lot of people talking about is the big 3 that's in the right side corner, which to me can only really mean two things. Either it stands for Season 3, indicating that it'll be Season 3 of Year 4 when we'll see these gadgets, or it could also be how many shots you'll get with the grappling hook itself. Now, you may be wondering how exactly a grappling hook would work in Siege, and just to recap here, we'll talk about it. So the first and most popular theory is to rappel up through hatches. This is actually a big deal, and there are some objectives that will be played completely differently because of this mechanic. Imagine on Border in the armory objective inside the small closet. That hatch in there leads directly into the middle of the site, and all it really takes to get a defender out of there is a well-placed grenade. Rappel up through the hatch, make some noise and get a quick bomb plant down, and have someone watching armory window for any defender that passes by. It just creates new opportunities for attackers to get on site, but there are a few other ways I could see this working in the meta. Because the writing says fast and quick, I'm assuming this grapple hook will allow you to repel much faster than the standard one we use today. But also, if it only has 3 shots, I'm thinking that it might leave a line for basically any operator to use, even defenders. Now, that could be the balance. Yeah, you do get to repel faster and basically anywhere you want, but you leave a line for anyone else to follow you up or down, depending on the situation. But overall, without going too deep into theory, this is a game-changing ability, and for the first time in Siege, there'll be a new way for attackers to get around the map, which again, I think plays a big part in what sites will be meta moving forward. It's almost like Mira, right? Where before she was introduced, there were sites that were never played, but after the fact, there are sites that basically require her pick. Now, the other gadget on the board, and also what's been leaked, is a defender that brings a deployable shield with a fire canister attached to it. I know, guys, a fire-breathing deployable shield, but actually, I think there's more to it than that, and moreover, I think Ubisoft have been planning to add this operator for a while now. Now, a few seasons back, the devs made a complete overhaul to how a hatch is reinforced. It used to be that once a hatch was reinforced, it would lay flat and flush with the ceiling, and you may be wondering why that change was ever made. Well, it was for my main, Kaid. If the hatch was flush, then an Electroclaw would stick out like a sore thumb and be an easy target for any attacker or even Twitch drone to spot and take out. A similar design could be happening here with the deployable shield. It's possible that because this defender's gadget has something to do with the deployable shield, that the new deployable V2 was designed with them in mind. Personally, I still don't fully understand why the deployable needs to have the cutouts and be made to somewhat of an intel gadget, but adding the flame mechanic makes a little bit more sense as to why they may be doing this. My best assumption is that this gadget is area denial, and you'll set it up in a doorway and wait until you see a pushing attacker, pop the canister, and it releases flames all around the shield. Well, it's probably much safer to look through the shield and see an attacker than to look out over the shield and risk being headshotted. So it'll be easier to pop the canister and deny that entry. But outside of that use case, honestly, I'm not sure how else this gadget will function. The board is clearly pointing out some kind of fire mechanic with the word burn in big letters over the top, and so it will involve fire in some way, but the rest is just left to our imagination, I suppose. Now, moving on to what else is coming in Season 3, we have the operator and Gadget Killswitch. Essentially, how this will work is when an issue, like say what happened to Clash, comes up, it'll allow Ubisoft to disable the content on the fly and fix it, instead of the player base needing to deal with playing while exploits are live in the game. So many of the issues that have come up recently have been word of mouth or the community being vocal about what's going on, and sometimes it can take a while for that feedback to actually reach the devs. Hopefully this new feature will help with that and allow for a smoother experience overall. Now also, we'll be seeing another weapon misalignment fix. Ubisoft says, we want to implement a system to prevent most misalignment issues in the future. At the same time, we are improving the look of the guns in ADS by adding secondary motion, which is now possible due to the tech that keeps the scopes aligned with the reticle. So if you've ever felt like you had the headshot but the game robbed you of it, this new system could help alleviate that. It's no secret that this has kind of always been an issue at Rainbow Six Siege, and in most cases it's memed, but here it looks like we'll be seeing a fix, but also an all new look to when you aim down sight, which has me very interested. Next, we'll be seeing more consistent destruction with shotguns, which is something we've talked about in the past. Hopefully this makes them more reliable, but something we've all been looking forward to has actually been placed on hold, literally. The change to Smoke's gas canisters to act more like Capital's firebolts has been placed on hold. It was intended for Year 4 Season 3, but the devs say it's been placed on hold until other dependencies are delivered. I know this is a little frustrating at this point for you Smoke mains because this gadget has been on the cutting board for a while now, but they do say they're satisfied with how it's developing, so there is progress being made, and hey, it's better than the Lord Chonka mains that may never see a rework for the sheer memes alone. Now, the last item on the list is a change to the ranked map pool. The devs say there are too many maps in ranked, and so that number is being reduced, but also the matter of which maps stay in the reduced pool is up for discussion as well. For me, I'd say any map that has an upcoming rework should be pulled from competitive play until it's ready. Theme Park is a big one for me right now. I know a lot of people love it, and for me it has its moments, but I'm most looking forward to this rework because right now it's one of my least favorite maps for both sides of the round. It's the map rework for Year 4 Season 4, so not too long to wait here, but again, because this map is already looking to be changed, I'd say pull it from ranked until it's ready for the playlist. I do agree that there are too many maps in ranked, and it's not because they're not great maps, I just think it's about tightening up the rotation and streamlining the experience altogether. And finally, the last bit for Year 4 Season 3, we have the rework to Canal. Now, I'm really looking forward to this map because I think the devs did an amazing job with both Hereford and Cafe, and Canal has always been one of my favorites, but it's challenging to play on because inside there's only one hallway in between the two buildings, and it becomes the choke point every single round. Now, from what we've seen, they've opened up the map and added a route up top, but also added a tunnel for the basement area, so overall it should feel less condensed and give both sides the ability to more freely roam without running into constant choke points. I think it's going to make the map more interesting, where in its current state, it's a little underwhelming. But that's everything, guys. That's the recap of everything coming in Year 4 Season 3 of Rainbow Six Siege, and of course, I hope it helped. It should be noted that all of this is subject to change before release, and as far as the operators and gadgets and all of that, of course, take it with a grain of salt until things are made official. But if you guys do enjoy these kinds of videos where we go over it all, then let me know. But I want to hear from you. What are you most looking forward to for the next season of Siege? And also, are you disappointed at all by the smoke fix being placed on hold? Leave it all in a comment down below. If you did enjoy this video, please drop a like and subscribe with notifications if you're new. With that being said, it's been Zen. Hey, I'm out.